Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And I've got to say, this is the last one of today and the last one from, under normal circumstances anyway, for about, it's going to be 11 days, I think, because I'm off on holiday and I will be going to Cyprus. I will, of course, still be doing these. It will just be with a different background and probably a more redder face and at slightly different times. Who knows? I'll try my best to try and align them so that there's the consistency. But yeah, so we're off. It'll be the first holiday I've had in about 18 months, and I bloody well deserve it, I think. So yes, do keep up. If you see the different background, it's still me, but like I say, from further afield than normal. But we'll still be looking at the same old stuff. Now, as it is the last one, and there's a few stories I want you to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a couple of things together which caught my eye, made me think, that's interesting, and things that I think I just want to generally pass on. Now, the first one is that the University of Nottingham is attempting to decolonise the curriculum, and so they've renamed one of their studies, and it's no longer being called the history of Anglo-Saxons and Vikings in Britain. It's now being called the history of medieval England and Vikings. So it's okay to be a Viking, but not an Anglo-Saxon. I wonder why that is. What's so problematic with Anglo-Saxons? Well, apparently, and this is genuinely true, that the University of Cambridge have said that, well, it's probable that Anglo-Saxons didn't actually exist as a distinct ethnic group. Okay, that's fine. Let's say the University of Cambridge. But the people saying this is the Department of Anglo-Saxon, Norse and Celtic Mythology. So even they say it exists. Or don't they? Who knows? They are academics, and so therefore speak very different from the rest of us and use words in strange ways that have no meaning out in the real world. That's an interesting thing and a bit of an irony, isn't it? But yes, apparently being Anglo-Saxon now is, oh, you're a problem. Although I thought we were all supposed to be equal, but apparently not. Apparently not. Certain groups are equal, others not so much. Anyway, another story. Oasis. The problem we have with Oasis and this huge push now is one of nostalgia. Because so many people are thinking and they're looking back, oh, Oasis, do you remember the 90s? Oh, wasn't it a great time? Wasn't Britain wonderful? Cool Britannia. Back in the day, and people are looking back with wistful views. And now they're looking at Britain today and they're thinking, not as good. And the person they're blaming already is Keir Starmer. Because even though Tony Blair was god-awful, he did have that era of cool Britannia with Oasis, with, all that era there with Jason Albarn, or Damon Albarn, sort of fighting with them and the big whole difference there. That was a wonderful, wonderful era. And people look at that era and think, yeah, it was great. And now, yeah, shit in it. And so nostalgia is battering down Keir Starmer already. And he's done. He is not going to last long. The murmurings behind the scenes are becoming very loud indeed. On top of that, of course, we have John Swinney at the Scottish Conference, the SNP Conference, Halffield Hall. The leader of the party can't muster 1,500 arseholes to sit on the chairs. The party's got way more arseholes than that. Surely one or two more of them could have come up and had a little sit down and a play. It's very, very weird, isn't it? You'd think somebody would turn up, but no, it's the leader's speech. Empty. Nobody's interested. Nobody cares. And then you have also, while we're talking to Scotland, we've got Jenny Gilruth is complaining that so many teachers are being fired in Glasgow, an SNP-run city. Glasgow that keeps sending 2 seats all the way around the world and can't hire a teacher. Jenny Gilruth is in charge of education. Surely she should do something about this. No, 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 she's saying. It's not my problem. I'm only the education secretary. Do your job, love. Pick it up. Do your job. You've got the leading fight now in the Tory party could result in an actual Tory leading it, but only in Scotland. It seems unlikely you're going to have a Tory leading the Tory party in England. That I thought was quite nice and a bit different. They want gender affirming care to be prioritised in Scotland, but not in England. And it's just another kind of weird way and another weird difference. Are they doing it because they care, or are they doing it because it's different? And you never know. It's there. Jenrick, that was the other one. I knew there was another thing. Jenrick is saying, of course, that the Labour Party are now declaring war on the middle classes. Well, of course they are. That's all that's left. All the rich have gone. There's no rich people left. All the millionaires are packing up and sodding off. And so who are they attacking? Well, they still need all that money. And so they're going down a peg to the middle classes. But once the higher end of the middle classes all sell up and get out, they'll come for the lower end middle classes, and then they'll be forced to flee. And then you're going to end up with people who aren't earning at all, and they're going to have to tax everybody on the dole. Not sure that works, but we shall see. And Britain, of course, then will be flooded with the 1 million a year German immigrants coming in, because bed, bread and soap isn't enough for these people, and they want to have houses and money and girls that Britain can happily provide through their very generous benefit system. Although who's going to pay for it? Nobody's worked out, because there'll be nobody left. Britain will have sunk into the shittiest of shitty holes as it spirals down a socialist drainpipe and then pops out through a little white hole in space somewhere else where everything works out just fine. If you believe in 6 impossible things before breakfast, vote Labour. Alas, this is not to be. There are so many, many things going wrong. And I am taking my first steps by going on holiday for 10 days and flying on Big Silver Bird to Asia, technically, even though Cyprus is in Europe in terms of politically. It actually sits on the Asian plate. So technically, I'm off to Asia for 10 days, which would be nice, because there's a lot of Asia coming to England. I'm going by plane, not a little black boat. But hey, the principle's the same. Anyway, thanks very much. You're all been wonderful. Like I say, I'll continue while I'm on holiday, and then normal service will be resumed in about 11 days' time. And you will see a whole series of bright shirts, of most wonderful things. And I'll see if I can't get a few strange coloured drinks up on screen as well. While I'm away having fun, I hope you remain and have fun. And I'm sure some of you will be going on holiday too at the same time. I'm only going this time because day after tomorrow is my 19th wedding anniversary. My 19th nervous breakdown, as the Rolling Stones once said. And so we're doing that. And also it's cheaper because the kids are back at school. And of course, the best thing all about going on holiday the first time, at the beginning of September. No kids. Oh, it's joyous. Thanks very much. Take care, you wonderful, wonderful people. And do me a big, big favour. Hit subscribe. Help me while I'm away. And we'll see if we can't get to 28,000 during my holiday. Cheers. Bye.